Hi Aries, this is your November 2015 horoscopes with me, Lada from astrolada.com, where you can find out my birth chart calculator for your ascendant and sun sign. You can also check the moon signs, and you need to know your time of birth in order to find out your ascendant sign. But make sure you listen not only to your sun sign prognosis like everyone does, but also to the ascendant, which is more specific and more personal. So what does November hold for you, Aries? Well, it's kind of much more peaceful month overall. There are not too many stressful influences in the sky. There's just one, and I'm going to talk about it, what it can lead to. It takes over the whole month. Saturn Neptune square basically, and Aries, for Aries, the Saturn Neptune square, which happens very rarely, happens I think the last time Saturn and Neptune were in aspect was 2005 or 2006 approximately. So you see how long time between those two people making aspects between each other takes. And they're in a difficult, stressful aspects from your 12th and 9th house the whole month in November 2015. They'll be holding this most stressful aspect. And when stressful aspects are around, something through crisis or through some kind of a more painful realization comes to the surface, because something, especially something that was not untruthful, something that was hidden, because Neptune is in your 12th house, of secrets, of hidden actions, whether the ones that you do hidden actions and secrets, or whether hidden actions and secrets that someone else does behind your back. Can come to the surface now, because Saturn will make a difficult aspect to this hidden Neptune in the 12th house from your 9th house areas of truth. 9th house rules the truth of divine wisdom, of clarity, of recognizing something. And so there might be certain realization that you come to the realization you can no longer do certain hidden actions. So 12th house is also activities that are your own self-undoing. It might be like addictions. It might be like something you escaping reality in some unhealthy way, or in a way that is hidden, too private, maybe that it can affect others in a negative way if they know about it, or it might be sabotaging you. Certain behaviors, psychological, that are self-sabotaging you as well. You can become clear about them. Maybe someone can point them out to you in November, or even in December it can carry on. And it's a process that will carry on for a year. Because Saturn will again make this difficult aspect over with Neptune over the next 12 months after that, as far as I remember. So someone or something, or your God or the universe, can point out to you something that is the reason of your own self-sabotaging, some actions you've been doing behind the scenes, which you might realize you can no longer do anymore because they're hurting you or hurting others. Or if there's someone who was doing such things to you, it can come to the surface like hidden enemies, someone gossiping behind you, someone undermining you in some way, someone pulling the wool over your eyes, lying in some way. This is all 12th house activities. It can come to the Saturn making the difficult aspect, will make this crystallize in your mind, or it will bear some consequences that might not be so pleasant. This is another way for us to wake up to something hidden, or to actions that are self-sabotaging in our life, or to addictions, or for ways of escaping reality which are unhealthy. And there might be, it's also recommended during such transits that your actions are more truthful as well. It's easy to give such advice, but it's hard to fulfill it. But because Saturn is the planet of karma, a planet of bringing the results of your stupid or ignorant or not so healthy actions towards yourself. And when Saturn aspect Neptune, these will be all such behaviors connected to, that I mentioned already, to secrets, to self-sabotaging and things like that. Okay, so what else is happening for you, Aries? Well, let's go for the Sun and Mercury will be in your 8th house for most of November, especially the first 20 days of November. And this indicates 8th house triggers life activities in your horoscope, which means that something connected to other people's money will be activated. Maybe if you have some dealings with the business partnerships where the money is mixed together, or if you have finances where you depend on others in some way, whether someone is helping you, whether clients that give you money that you rely on the exchange of money with another person. So usually people who are in business, who are dealing with other people's resources or money in some way, get more activated around that time, get busier areas. So definitely there will be some activities in your life happening in regards to that, sorting out finances, sorting out a payment system or money that you have together with a partner, putting more attention there, trying to organize it better in some way. Such mutual resources and finances, shared mutual resources, finances, so support that comes to you from others. And or people who are in banking as well, they can find themselves more busy with more responsibilities, more with more tasks to sort out and manage. People who are psychologists as well. Any one of your Aries who works with others on one-to-one and they dig deeper into other people's resources. It doesn't have to be financial. It can be psychological resources as well. So you can have a more intensified period. But for all other areas, this is also more psychological time, because 8th house rules our psychic, our psychology. So sometimes people, when the 8th house is triggered, we get more interested in finding deeper answers, the meaning and the root of certain obsessive behaviors, or the root of certain behaviors that we can't control, or situations that are controlling us, that are out of our control, because this is a bit, 8th house is a bit obsessive, our inner demons, our inner fears in some way, that they can come to the surface, they can intensify, and such obsessive behaviors can intensify, only so you can put some order in them. You can become one step, maybe not fully solve this problem, but a step closer to awareness. So some psychological breakthroughs can be there. Not in a huge way, life-changing, but definitely in some way. Another thing, in your 7th house, Venus and Mars will be there together in your 7th house, the two planets of desire. And 7th house is other people and relationships overall. So it feels like, so many planets are in other people's either finances, resources, shared resources, and in the house of other people. So it's kind of in November, the focus is not on new areas. The focus is on others that surround you, whether it's your partner, love partner, business partner, clients that you work with. It's like the ball is in their hands, and you have to, if you want to be more successful, you have to cooperate with others rather than trying to do everything alone. And rather than confront others, you have to find ways to work with others, because others might be quite feisty as well, because Mars will be in your 7th house actually till the end of December. Starting from around, Mars goes into your 7th house Aries from the 12th of November until around the end of December. For a month and a half, it will be in your 7th house, and it usually is there once every 2.5 years. So there will be some kind of more commotion when it comes to your relationships. If there might be escalation of arguments in some way, but those arguments can be sorted out, can be confronted, And Mars there can also indicate that the people around you are more dynamic, more energetic, they push you, or interactions with others are more stimulating, or if you don't have energy, another person can stimulate you to act, to get you excited about things. And actually combining your energy with another person on some project can be quite productive right now, because Mars is energy or focused action. But the negative manifestation is that not the whole month and a half, but at certain periods for sure, you'll feel more stressed, more provoked by others. And again, I repeat, it's better to cooperate with them. Hopefully Venus will help you for that, because Venus is more smoothing out planet, rather than confront them and try to have your own way, because the ball is in their hands. But also the sex drive of a person increases, because 7th house is intercourse with another. If you're the 1st house, 7th house is, if you're Aries, Libra, the opposite is other people and your relationships with other people. So if you're single, there is a chance that you might go on a few dates now, because both planets of desire trigger your 7th house. So the passions start rising up there. And you're more likely to meet people, and especially people that put the fire up inside of you. because both Venus, which is planet of love, and Mars, the planet of desire, are together there. And if you're already in a relationships, they can be increase of the sex desire or of the activities that you do together with your partner. But again, I repeat, because Mars is a little bit more, it's an edgy planet, it's the god of war. There can be escalation of arguments as well, which can be sorted out in bed, you know. So you have to be a little bit more compromising, which might not come as easy. Venus will help in that as well, but that's a period of where relationships, when important relationships developments can happen for you, and activities connected to business partnerships or personal partnerships you can have more desire for those, more drive, more excitability for such things. People who are in business, because 7th house is also business, one-to-one exchanges, trading, working with clients on one-to-one basis, consulting, advising others, exchanging goods like traders, you know. Again, there is intensification of your drive and desire, intensification of working with clients and doing deals of certain sorts. And again, you have to be more compromising. But it's nothing over, you know, over the moon, nothing life-shattering or life-changing. But definitely the interactions with others increase. And let's see what else is happening. There isn't so much more, you know, Aries. It's focus on others, on sorting out matters with other people. Make sure you listen to your ascendant sign as well and mix the two predictions because they both will be happening on different levels. Saturn is not affecting you directly with degrees, neither is Jupiter, so I don't have any specific degrees to give you. Maybe I would say that Aries born in the first 10 degrees, they would feel Mars in November much more strongly. Or if you have your ascendant or your moon in the first 10 degrees of Aries, which means if you're basically March-born Aries, or if your ascendant is in the first 10 degrees, Mars is in the first 10 degrees of Libra in your 7th house. So they're a bit more challenged by others, a bit more, you know, also energized through others, through interaction with others, but there may be a bit more conflict, so you have to be not reacting, overreacting. Take a break. When you want to go and, you know, write an angry email to someone or shout at your spouse or, you know, make a stand, wait 2-3 days. Wait 2-3 days, try to see how things develop so you're a bit calm, and after that you can react. So this is what I see for you in November, Aries. You see, it's kind of not too happening, not specifically affecting you. And I hope you enjoyed this prediction. You can find out if you have any other personal transits for the next 3 years from my birth chart calculator. I'm putting a link for it here. And that will not be general predictions. That will be specific for you according to your place of birth, time of birth. No one else in the world will have the same transits with you unless you have a twin brother or twin sister born in the same time and place like you. So thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed this prediction.